Salam sejahtera, madam. So my name is Chu Kaiti. You can call me Katie as well. And I'm the group leader for Group 8. And also, I'm a Big TESOL BL student. And for today, I will be presenting the analysis part. So that's all for me. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Umpu Shahira from BTESL and I'm going to present about other relevant institutions besides MACC.
Hello, my name is Ocean Hui and I'm from Bachelor of Law with Commerce. Today, I'll be presenting about the function of MACC and its effectiveness and also limitation.
Good day everyone. So I'm Shazina binti Zulkifli, currently pursuing my 4th semester in BTESL.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Nur Afika binti Fauzan, and for today I will be presenting about the recommendation and conclusion part.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lim Junhao. I'm taking the course of BLGBL. In the oral presentation, I'm taking the part of case study. Thank you.
Good day and Assalamualaikum, madam. Today I will be presenting about the introduction part. Before that, I would like to just briefly explain about the article Corruption in Malaysia, a Review, which is by Shankar Duriraja Krishna Ayu Mat Saad, Muhammad Rahim Kamaluddin, Nagendran Muniswaran, Asila Hasuna Azmi, and Lelia Jen. Okay, this article is basically from the Indian Journal of Social and Technology site. So they mainly propose about the corruption in Malaysia. Okay, so for that, so mainly what is corruption is? Corruption is the abuse of entrust power for personal gain, and also it includes bribery, false claims, abuse of power, and receiving or giving gratification. And then it occurs in both the public and also in private sectors. So why is corruption an important issue in Malaysia? Corruption weakens public trust in government and reduces confidence in public institutions. It misuses public funds and leads to poor service delivery. But not only that, it disencourages investment and slows economic growth. So it will be the major scandals such as 1MDB, PKFZ, and NFC have raised public concern and damaged Malaysia's international reputation. Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC and the purpose of anti-corruption institution. These are the main corruption agency that established under the MACC Act 2009. And then its purpose is to prevent, investigate, and prosecute the corruption cases. Other institutions, which is like PAC, Auditors General Officer, PDRM, and GIACC, work together with MACC to strengthen accountability and also the good governance.
Hi, my name is Ocean Hui and I'm from Bachelor of Law with Commerce. Today, I'll be presenting the function of MACC, their effectiveness and also limitations. So one of the major functions of MACC is to collect and investigate corruption cases or power abuse cases that happen in Malaysia. So as we know, there are a lot of cases, such cases that are happening in Malaysia. So what MACC is one of the independent agencies that actually collect and investigate all these cases and give an evidence. The second one will be educate public through awareness campaign and the programs such as WAR program. WAR stands for Wira Anti Rasuah. So they actually target the primary and secondary student to teach them what is corruption and what to do when they face the corruption cases in the future. So one of the effectiveness of MACC is they actually filed appeal over Sabah OPS water, graft sentences and acquittals. And they actually investigated that the Sabah former director, water director, that related to involved in this money laundering that actually cost around 4.97 million. And however, there are also limitations of this independent agency. And one of the biggest limitation is the state of their independency. Even though they claim themselves is an independent agency, but however, they can actually investigate and come up with the evidence. They are not the one who make decision and to prosecute any of the party that related to these cases. So if they come up with the evidence that this agency or this party is legit related to this corruption or money laundering or whatsoever, they cannot take action. They can only submit all the evidences to the political attorney. So let's say if they are not certified or they don't believe in MACC evidence, so their evidence will be burned and will be useless. So this is one of the biggest limitations that they have. And I've provided an article which related to their limitations. You all can come and take a look. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Besides the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, the Royal Malaysian Police (PDRM) also plays an important role in combating corruption. PDRM investigates corruption-related crimes and works closely with the MACC by assisting in the arrest of suspects and collecting evidence during investigations. Through these responsibilities, PDRM helps prevent abuse of power and promotes integrity in law enforcement. Overall, PDRM is effective because it cooperates closely with the MACC and has the authority to investigate and arrest suspects. However, there are few challenges such as allegations of corruption involving some police officers and the lengthy process of investigating complex cases. Therefore, continuous effort to strengthen integrity and accountability within the police force are essential.
My case study topic was 1MDB corruption case. 1MDB was founded in 2009 by our ex-Prime Minister Najib Najjar. As a strategic sovereign investment fund company to support help Malaysia economy. However, around USD $4.5 million was stolen through few fake company and overseas bank account. For this 1MDB, the main person involved was Mr. Najib Najjar, Mr. Jolo, and Mr. Goldman Sachs. This 1MDB corruption case affected Malaysia badly. It changed the government after 60 years and increased the country debt and also damaged the global financial reputation. From this case, we learned that the government need a stronger monitoring, better financial check, and more transparency. Okay. Now, let's look at some important key points. About 42 million ringgit was stolen. Mr. Goldman paid about $2.9 million as a settlement. Mr. Najib Najjar was charged to be in jail for 12 years. Our Malaysia CPI was dropped from 52 to 47, but later improved back to 52 after reforms. The MACC also recovered 31.3 million, which is about 74.5% of the stolen money. And they are still trying to recover another $2 million. In this 1MDB case, show that corruption can seriously damage a country economy, reputation, and a public trust. Thank you so much.
Salam sejahtera, madam. My name is Kathy. So for today, for my section, I will present the analysis and evaluation of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, also known as MACC, in preventing corruptions and strengthen integrity and governance in Malaysia. So based on my research, MACC has actually made several positive contributions. So as I list down at here, we have 3. So for the first one, MACC has actually strengthened the anti-corruption enforcement by increasing investigation into corruption cases and conducting more anti-corruption operations. And secondly, MACC has improved the public awareness through some education campaigns, community engagement, and also the anti-corruption programs. So these initiatives encourage the public to understand the importance of integrity and also help to reject corrupt practices. So thirdly, MACC also contributes to a better governance by promoting transparency, accountability, and also ethical public administrations. Okay, on the other hand, despite these achievements, there are still some challenges that faced by MACC or other institutions to avoid or reduce the corruption cases in Malaysia. So as I listed down here, also have 3. So the first challenge is political interference, which may affect investigations that involve high-profile individuals. And the second challenge is the public perception. So when investigations appear selective or take too long, public confidence in MACC will gradually decrease. And the third challenge is the institutional limitations. So the limited independence and the weak coordination among institutions or prosecution outcome that do not always match investigation efforts can reduce the overall effectiveness of anti-corruption enforcement. So as shown in this graph, Malaysia have scored 52 out of 100 in the 2025 Corruption Perceptions Index. So this actually indicates that although anti-corruption efforts have improved in Malaysia, but the corruption remains a significant governance challenge. So if anti-corruption efforts are ineffective, they can weaken accountability, reduce economic efficiency, discourage foreign investment, undermine public confidence, and also damage Malaysia's international reputations. So for the overall evaluations, I believe that MACC has strengthened anti-corruption enforcement and public awareness, but corruption has not been fully reduced due to the political interference, institutional limitation, and declining public confidence. So in my opinion, MACC should not work alone. A strong cooperation between MACC and other institutions such as the Attorney General's Chambers, AGC, the National Audit Department, the Public Accounts Committee, PAC, and the last one, the Royal Malaysia Police, PDRM, is essential to strengthen integrity and governance in Malaysia. So that's all from me. Thank you so much.
Now let's move to the recommendations that came out of Malaysia's UNCSC review and what they mean for strengthening integrity and governance. Based on Malaysia's UNCSC review, 5 key areas stand out. First, stronger laws. Malaysia amended the MACC Act to introduce corporate liability under Section 17A, meaning companies can now be held accountable if their employees commit corruption. This aligns with UNCSC's requirement that legal persons, not just individuals, be held responsible. Second, independent institutions. One major recommendation was to strengthen MACC's independence. Malaysia is now reforming how the MACC Chief Commissioner is appointed and dismissed, and has proposed a MACC Service Commission, giving the Commission more control over its own operations and personnel, free from political influence. Third, digital governance and public accountability. The National Anti-Corruption Strategy, or NACS, running from 2024 to 2028 focuses heavily on stronger enforcement and greater public accountability, using clearer systems and processes to close the gaps corruption usually slips through. Fourth, whistleblower and stakeholder protection. Reforms weren't done by MACC alone. They involved government agencies, civil society, academia, and also the public, described as giving space to the people's voice in shaping anti-corruption efforts. And fifth, ethics education. Education is one of the 5 core pillars of NACS because laws and institutions only go so far if there isn't also a genuine culture shift toward integrity, starting from the ground up. So to conclude, Malaysia has made real measurable progress under UNCSC, from legal reforms to institutional changes to a clear national strategy. The direction is positive, but as the article makes clear, challenges remain, and corruption prevention isn't a one-time fix, it's an ongoing effort. Ultimately, sustained commitment from MACC, from the government, and from the public is what will determine whether Malaysia can truly build a transparent, accountable, and corruption-resilient nation. That's it for the recommendations and conclusion. Thank you.